Do you ever feel like you need to clone yourself to keep up with all the admin faff in your coaching business? Trust me, I've been there, drowning in post-it notes, forgetting to send follow-up emails, and constantly feeling like I'm dropping the ball somewhere. Well, today I'm sharing my automation process for coaching clients that took me from chaos to calm. And here's the plot twist. It actually makes my clients feel more cared for, not less. So stick around because I'm about to show you how to get your business running smoother than a perfectly brewed cup of Yorkshire tea. Welcome, coaches. I'm Jackie Appleby, online business manager, business coach, and your guide on this journey towards not just building a successful coaching business, but creating a transformative one. You want to grow your coaching business while leading your best life, and I'm here to share tips, tricks, and strategies to make that dream achievable. With years of experience in the coaching industry, I've helped countless coaches move from feeling completely overwhelmed and chaotic to calm and thriving using my Coach to CEO framework. So if you feel like you're ready to transform your business, then you are in the right place, my friend. Now, let me ask you something. How many times have you sat down to do some actual coaching work only to realize that your entire day has been eaten up by admin tasks? If you're nodding your head right now, you are definitely not alone in this scenario. So let's dive into my exact automation system for managing coaching clients. The one that's not just about making your life easier, though it definitely does do that, but that's also about creating an amazing experience for your clients. First up, let's talk about what you actually need to make this work. No fluff, just the essentials. Okay, so here we are inside my Moxie platform. Moxie is my CRM, but it's also my business management platform. So it does kind of double duty. So showing you part of this process, I'm concentrating on the client journey after they have been onboarded. So this is how I manage my coaching clients going forward, and how I have saved an incredible amount of time just by having this really simple workflow set up. Now, it does take a little bit of setting up on the front end, but once it's set up, it kind of runs like clockwork. So in Moxie, I'm under my meeting scheduler, and I have set up a one-on-one business coaching session for that 60 minutes. This is for my clients to book their bi-weekly coaching sessions. And there's various ways I share this with them. Sometimes we might do it at the end of a existing coaching session where we'll go in and book this together, or I may send an email out with the link to the calendar asking them to go ahead and book that for the next one if we didn't get to it in the coaching session. And the reason that I have other 60-minute calls set up, but the reason that I've set this up as a separate appointment is because the notifications that go out based on this appointment type are very specific to my coaching information and things that I want the client to take action on as part of this process. And this is really where the beauty of these systems and building a process and the automation comes into play. So let's hop in here so I can show it to you. So what I have here is just the standard scheduler set up with all of the details in it, with the URL for the direct link. And then where the magic happens for me is under the confirmation and reminder. So in here, I have indicated that I want a client one-on-one coaching reminder to go out 24 hours before. And then I also have another one that goes out 1 hour before the appointment. Now, these are really key because they contain other information that's going to streamline the process for me. So let's hop into those email notifications. So that is under communicator and then email templates. Now, under here, we have the client one-on-one coaching reminder 24 hours. This is the one that it's using. In here, I've got a really friendly email that says, quick reminder, we've got our coaching session coming up tomorrow. Here's all the information. So this pulls directly from the scheduler. So they're getting a reminder 24 hours ahead that's got the date and time, the duration, and the all-important Zoom link or whatever that you use. And then this one says, Your pre-session reflection questionnaire is ready for you. Take a few minutes to fill it out before our meeting so that we can dive into what matters most. And here you can see I have some, this is the tokens that they have on the side here in Moxie that are going to generate a button when this email goes out that has a form attached to it. So this goes out in the reminder. And one of the reasons I set that up is because I have had feedback from clients and from people that I've worked with over the years that the client journey needs to be really easy. Clients don't need a ton of emails to go out. So doubling the check-in form with the email, with the meeting reminder was really nice. And also it's 24 hours before. So I want time between my coaching sessions where people have got enough time to implement the things that we talked about. So I don't want to send it out right after a coaching session or halfway through. I want it to go out like, we're about to meet. Let's talk about what you've done for the last 2 weeks. Or whatever the time scale is. Let's talk about, what you've gotten achieved in the last 2 weeks so that we can reflect on it as part of our coaching session. Now, not all coaches want to adopt this kind of way of doing their coaching, and that's okay. Setting up your coaching business is about making it work for you. I'm somebody who likes accountability, reminders, prompts, and all of that kind of stuff myself. And I have found that a lot of my clients who I work with, I'm working with people that are very busy, very overwhelmed, also like to have reminders, and they like prompts, and they like questions to be asked so that they don't have to do a lot of heavy thinking ahead of the coaching session. So that's why I have set this process up for me. And it works really well. So we have this form that's all built in, and then we can hop into the forms, which is here under forms. The form builder is here, and here is my coaching clients. Here we go. It's right at the top. And I do have to change this around because the header should be at the top. But here's what it looks like. So I've got quick details in here. What's one win, big or small, that you've had since our last session? For me, celebrating wins at the beginning of a coaching session is really important with the kind of work that my clients are doing. So I wanted to make sure that they are able to pull that forward. What progress have you made on the actions we set in our last session? A big part of my coaching programs and my coaching approach is that I want to know that people are getting traction from working with me. So it's really important for me and for the clients that we have kind of these accountability check-ins of, what did you do with what we talked about last time? Has that been put in action? Then we want to talk about what challenges or obstacles have you faced? What's one priority you'd like to focus on in our upcoming session? Is there anything else you'd like me to know before we meet? So very simple. It's not a lot of work, but it really makes a big difference to my clients that they get to just reflect a little bit before they come into the coaching session. As you know from being coaches, coaching sessions can be affected by if your client is having a bad day or a situation has come up, and you want to be able to adapt your coaching sessions to that. But just having a little bit of background information of things that maybe were on their mind before something else took place, I find as a coach is really beneficial to help make sure that we're working on the best things in our coaching session that are going to give my clients the best results. So I find this really helpful. The clients find it really helpful. So we have all of this set up to go out automatically. I don't have to do anything with it. I don't have to go find the form. It's attached to that reminder email. So as soon as they book their next coaching session, 24 hours before that coaching session happens, they automatically get an email with this sheet attached to it. And then the second piece is, if we just go back to the emails, the second one is the reminder that goes out 1 hour before. And that works kind of the same way. It just has a reminder in there. Let me just find it here. I have trouble navigating and talking at the same time. So let me just go into my communicator and then email templates. And then we have the client coaching, one-on-one coaching reminder, 1 hour. Here we go. So same thing. It starts in an hour. And then just a quick note in here. If you haven't already, please take a moment to fill out your pre-coaching your pre-session reflection. It's a quick and easy way to make sure that we hit the ground running. So I'm just letting the client know that it's really beneficial, reinforcing that kind of behavior. And this is all part of, this is a deeper topic around setting boundaries for your clients. Training your clients is a big piece of doing business, and getting them working the way that you like to work, that delivers the results. So this just helps them to do that. And then we've got that link in there again. So let's come out of here. So that takes care of the booking the appointment, getting the pre-coaching form out to them, understanding what the needs are. Obviously, then you conduct your coaching session. You're more present because you don't have to, you already had an idea of where they wanted to spend their time. You've got a little bit of a format in terms of, well, for me anyway, there's a format in terms of let's celebrate the wins. Let's look at some of the challenges. Now let's move on to, where we want to have our conversation for this session. And so after the coaching session is done, I have another email that is set up in here that is a follow-up for the client afterwards. So this is post-coaching session notes. And again, I know a lot of clients don't like doing notes. They like to be present. They think that there are some coaches that have the school of thought that part of the coaching journey is putting the capability on the client and, getting them to take their own notes and being able to reflect on those. And I totally get that. I totally agree with that. But I, again, am that person that I like homework. I don't want a ton of it because I'm super busy. But when I walk away from a coaching session, I want to know that I've got some very specific things that I'm working on in between my coaching sessions. And my clients like that accountability too. So I help them along with this. Now, I have an AI bot called Assembly that takes meeting notes that is present during my coaching. There's no issues with privacy, but my clients are aware of that before they come in. So I just want to make sure that I put that out there, that it's all permission based and the platform is secure. So Assembly records the entire call, and then it provides me with a transcript, B, like points from the meeting, and then it also provides tasks if there are any. So I take those notes that Assembly produces, and I have this template set up and ready to go. And I just transfer over some of the information, double check that they're correct, because AI does sometimes get things wrong. So I have this all laid out already as a template, session highlights, next steps, additional resources. I like to put this in if there was something that we talked about that might be of benefit, just to remind them of it. I know sometimes you don't always write things down when you're in a coaching session and you miss out on things that were maybe shared. So again, just an added benefit that I like to give my clients. And I send this email out afterwards. And I've also linked in here for the next one-on-one. So as well as getting the notes out to them, if we didn't set the appointment, some people like to set it right in the appointment. I'm okay with that. But if we didn't set it in the appointment, they're going to get this email that goes out on the same day as our coaching session, and it has a link for them to go ahead and book their next coaching session. So we're always ahead of the game. So as far as my coaching clients are concerned, the only work I have to do for them really outside of the call is sending this email. I just need to go grab those notes, drop them into this email. Once they've booked their call, everything else is kind of automated and taken care of. So that is how I've streamlined my coaching client journey. Once they've been onboarded with me, I have a whole slew of these kind of things for onboarding, for bringing them in from when they're a lead right the way through to becoming a coaching client. And I'm going to be doing videos and sharing those with you soon. But in the meantime, I wanted to share just a small chunk of how you can streamline your coaching business, create that exceptional experience, and, really save yourself some time in the process by setting up these kind of systems within your coaching business. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Jackie, this is going to feel way too automated for what I want. But here's the truth. My clients actually feel more supported with this system than without it. Why? Because when we do connect in a coaching session, I'm fully present. I'm not scrambling to remember what we discussed last time or trying to catch up on notes or anything else that distracts me. Now, let's talk about a quick story from one of my clients, Sarah. She was spending around 3 hours a client on admin tasks alone. And after implementing some of the steps from the system, she cut that down to 30 minutes and her client satisfaction scores actually went up. So if you're ready to transform your coaching business from chaos to calm while actually improving your client experience, then maybe it's time to book a synergy call with me. I've put the link to book in the description below. Now, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more practical tips on building a thriving coaching business that works for you and not the other way around. If you've got some burning questions about automation or platforms, leave me a comment and I'll look at answering them in the next video or through the comments in the future. And remember, just like brewing the perfect cup of tea, building the perfect business takes the right blend of systems and personal touch. I'll see you in the next video.